And then
All right, here we go.
All right.
Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen. It's round 7 of the V8 League 2022 for Racecentre, coming to you live from Entertainment Park. I'm your host Shane Guilford, and I got my good friend Dave Evans with me. How are you, Dave?
Yeah, pretty good, Shane. Good to be back here for the V8 League round here up at Townsville. So it's going to be one exciting night. Ready to see some great racing. We've got quite a few in the field here tonight. So hopefully you guys sit back, relax, and ready to see some great entertainment here in the V8 League round.
Well, we have gone to the far north to escape the wet of the southern states. So hopefully it's nice and dry for the remainder of the race tonight. So we'll definitely see. We're currently in the qualify session. We do have a big field, and we've got some new names to go through, and some drivers new to us that we need to introduce as well. So Chris McLennan just firing in a great pole lap, a 109 flat, and we've got Scott Flack, Craig Broadbent. Our new guys tonight, we've got Justin Bryce from Down Under Series. He's racing for Triple Threat. He's in the Triple Threat colours. Further down, we've got Jeremiah Pater. He's in the Castrol Mustang. He joined us in the British Touring Cars and did quite well. Got a P2 in one of the races there, so he was quite chuffed with that. Alpa Askew, he's driving. We've got a bit of lagging issue. I need to check that out. We've got Junior Werawina in the V8, in the Triple Eight as well. Bryce Roll and Eli Newman. So it's a full grid. At Entertainment Park, we've got 6 of the drivers in with us. So bringing up your season results so far. Season standing, I should say. It's Craig Broadbent dominated with 3 in a row so far. Absolutely smashed us at Hidden Valley ahead of Scott Flack. Actually, that was a tight one because Scott Flack won 2 of those races, I think, but really bombed the first race. Harrison Tebb, David Baker, Chris McClellan, Bradley Martin all moving up a couple of spots as Daniel Blasano's missed the last couple. But he's back here tonight, and he's very strong as he's now put himself on pole with a 188. And no, just pipped again with a 186 from Craig Broadbent. So very quick times happening here. This should be a great one, Dave.
No, I'm definitely looking forward to tonight, Shane. Good to see a lot of drivers in the fields. Should be really good with the battles. Before we got Craig Broadbent on the pole position at the moment, the 108.6. Matt Collins has now slotted himself in the second ahead of Daniel Opposado. And from Matt Collins, Chris McLennan in 4th. We've got Scott Flack currently 5th by Harrison Tebb. We've got the newcomer Justin Bryce in the straight Holden Commodore down 7th. David Baker in the team Racecentre in 8th. We've got Bradley Martin in 9th. Matthew Pritchard in 10th. That rounds out our top 10. And then in the 11th, we've got Gabriel Nunes, Alpi Askew, Johnny Jr. and Bryce Roll down in 15th. Yeah, Daniel Opposada back was one Daniel Opposada, so he'll be. We've got Daniel Daniel Opposada on pole in the 12 racing for 108.3, and then we've got Craig Brogan, Matt Collins not too far behind. Yeah, I haven't really been to the Townsville race circuit, but I'll definitely pick up on the corners that we have to watch out for. When we get the racing underway. So no, it should be a really good night. I've got my water bottle beside me, and I'm all set ready to go, Shane. Yeah, it sure has. Everyone's coming out for the sunny weather. If it was down in Sydney at the moment, I don't think we'll have too many people. So, yeah. Yeah, we got Craig Brogan as now taking pole position with 20 seconds to go with a 108.2. So Daniel Opposado is on his pole lap at the moment, looking to take back that pole position. So that's 7 seconds left. Opposado can take it as he comes.
Well, Scott Flack, I'm not too sure if the green flag went down as he crossed the line, but it looks like he's one of the last ones out there. I'll just bring up a couple of the thing and sort that out. Okay, this should be better.
Yeah, they're all coming back into the pits. And then we got Harry.
It is the completion of the Okay, so we've got troubles with the grid. We can't actually set the grid. So we're just going to run the way it was set. So yeah, random grid today. It should be close to what the qualifying was, but there was a couple of guys we just couldn't get in. So hopefully we've still got 17 drivers. That's excellent. All right, so we're ready to go. It's a long wait. Here we go. Lights are on. Broadbent getting a great start ahead of Harrison Tebb up the front there. Dominating all season. Craig Broadbent takes the front. Justin Bryce has moved up a couple of spots. It's getting pretty heavy into turn one, but it looks clean so far. We'll go back. Says if there's any carnage, someone's gone straight ahead there. One of the Red Bulls. So it looks like Junior. We can see Gabriel Nunes currently in P7, taking it forward. There's a couple of clashes at the back there. Opposano and look like Scott Flack, one of our two experienced drivers. Watch them come back through the pack. Unfortunately, when you get stuck down the back, you get in all the melee. But it's Brad Martin there up in P5. We've got Broadbent, Ted, McClellan, Bryce, Martin, Baker, Nunes, Pater, Axcu, Royal, your top 10. And Opposano's dropped out for this one. There we are, Baker and Martin together again. Gabriel Nunes making a great move up the inside there.
I noticed there was a bit of contact with Harrison Tebb and Craig Broadbent battling each other for that opening lap. And the contact seems to have stopped for the time being. But no, Harrison Tebb with Craig the race lead on the first lap. Plenty didn't know that he's there. Trying to force him into a mistake. But it looks like everyone's settled into a grid. It's good. It's not like he's made up a couple of positions here on lap 2.
Yes, so Scott Flack got caught up, but he's already made up a couple of spots back there. Some of our new guys are hanging down the back there. Bill Cosmo moving up, just overtaking, I think that's Pritchard, which he has, yeah, P11. Pritchard's trying to come back at him. Right up the back of Bill Cosmo there. Watch him go up the inside. Bill tried to come across and protect his line under brakes, but that's not the way to do it. Pritchard just goes through and that's fine. Matt Collins back in P8 trying to get ahead of Hermana Pater here. We're watching Jeremiah Pater in P7. That's Matt Collins coming up the inside in the Penrite. Oh, again, Pater just taking it a bit too tight. I can hear Pater in the background saying a few words, but he took that line a bit too tight there, chopping off the nose of the guy in front. So that's all fun and games, but I think it's a bit of shoulder barge. Pater's back up in the front there through the S's at Townsville. Collins getting the run underneath, and Gabriel Nunes is back there as well. He must have had a mistake, drop back a couple of places, and they're trying to make it 3 wide. That's not going to go. Pater trying to go up the inside. It's a great one to watch.
Sorry, Shane. We've got Chris McClellan just overtaking Harrison Tebb for second as they come down to the main straight. I just caught the end of that. It was a great move by McClellan coming down into the last corner onto the straight. So he's taken that second spot, and we've got Bill Cosmo. He's now dropped down to 16th, and he's gone off the track, coming onto the straight. So that's unfortunate for Bill, but great overtake by Chris McClellan up the second, and we'll see what he can do about Craig Broadbent's pace down in front.
Well, I've got Scott Flack moving up into P10 already, doing a great job. His next car in front is Gabriel Nunes, and then it's Jeremiah Pater, and then Matt Collins. Brad Baker's got the better of Martin, although, yeah, there it is there, and he's now chasing down Justin Bryce for P4. Harrison Tebb, nice and comfortable in P3, now wanting to make a P2 as he's on the back of Chris McClellan there as they go down the main straight. Already in the 5th gear. It's a very long straight here at Townsville around Reed Park. The boys are doing their best to... Oh, Tebb touching right at the end. He'll probably yield and wait for Chris McClellan. There's a lot of that going on there, really touching the rear quarter, upsetting the car. Tebb's got to pretty much do the right thing and wait for McClellan to come through as Pater gets through now for P7. Oh, massive accident here. That's Bryce Royal.
Yeah, they just came together.
What position's he? I was dropped down to 14 in the Snowy River car. New livery for him. He's trying to launch that and show it off up the front, but a couple of incidences up the front has sent him back down the back of the field. But Baker's got up into P3 now ahead of Tebb after that earlier incident. So Tebb's still waiting for Colton McLennan to come through, but he's struggling with Pater at the moment. Pater in the Mustang showing great pace in P7, and Chris McClellan, who we've actually got a driver cam of. We'll go to that right now.
Yeah, Craig Broadbent's got a 6-second lead over Justin Bryce, which is now increased to 7, and it's just going up every time as I'm watching Craig Broadbent at the moment. He's done a personal best of a 109.9 at the moment in this race. He's pretty much almost 2 seconds clear of everyone else in terms of lap times. So now great racing from Craig, controlling it from the front. As we've got David Baker and Justin Bryce getting very close for comfort up in the sort of P2. So I think we can see a swap for second anytime soon, Shane.
Yeah, we're watching Justin Bryce from Triple Threat Racing, sponsored by Service Australia, in the Triple 3 car, trying to be overtaken by the number 3 car of David Baker, Racecentre Ford Mustang sponsorship there. And you can see Tebb and Martin, that's really cost Tebb waiting up for Chris McClellan, but McClellan's trying all he can to get through, but these green machines are keeping the purple Mustang company. This is a great battle here. We can see the gaps there. Not much, and Pater's protecting the inside, but he'll lock up and, oh, look at that. 3 cars kissing each other on the exit of turn 2. I don't know if that's technically turn 3, but Scott Flack manages to get through, moving up into P7 now. Matt Collins having a reasonably quiet race, but he's got Brad Martin, Tebb, and Baker in front. Baker's still putting pressure on Justin Bryce now. Bryce protecting the inside line, but Baker's trying to come out the last minute under heavy braking. I don't think Bryce and Baker have raced together quite often, if ever. So they're trying to work out what each other's strengths are. But looks like Baker's all over the back of Bryce, and this will bring Tebb and Martin up if he doesn't cook it too much coming out of that last corner there. It's lap 8 of 11 now. Broadbent with an 8-second lead over Justin Bryce. That's amazing. He hasn't had to put up with any of this incidences up the front.
And we got Jeremiah and Chris McClellan having a drag race down the main straight down into turn 1. See if they can
Jeremiah and yeah.
And Chris McClellan says thank you very much and take that fifth place.
Yeah, well, that's an important move from Chris McLean. He needed to do that a bit earlier if he was to get back up the front. You can see Scott Flack falling away now. But with 3 laps to go, I think it's going to be a bit too late. Because of the technical issues as well, we're just going to go into the second race straight away, which is going to be our enduro of 30 laps.
We got David Baker all over the back of Justin Bryce trying to force him to a mistake. So yeah, great scrap between these two that's going on at the moment. Doesn't look like David Baker's got a clean run out of that last corner. He's lost a little bit of time. And then they've got Phil Cosmo just ahead of them. He's already been lapped by Craig Broadbent and Harrison Tebb and Bradley Martin's coming through into the back at 4th and 5th.
Yeah, it's definitely going to show some patience here and some racecraft to get around the lap car at the moment of Phil Cosmo. Unfortunately, he was doing really well in qualifying, but yeah, just a couple of incidences that really upset your pace, and unfortunately he's going to find himself getting lapped. Bryce is through, but he tried to let through Baker, but it was just bad timing with the corner there. Baker's got through now. Tebb's just about to make his way. Flack coming up the back too now with McLennan. Matt Collins is got past Bradley Martin as well. So that was a move we saw a lap earlier on the last corner of the last lap. So this is getting hot and heavy. 3 cars battling for P2 while Craig Broadbent's missing all of this in his rear vision mirror. Is missing all the action back here. Oh, Tebb just going straight ahead there. Okay, we'll go back through the field. McLennan still in P8. Jeremiah Pater dropping back a little. Maybe the tyres is a factor. Gabriel Nunes was doing well. He's made a couple of mistakes at the moment there, just as we got him on screen. Pritchard, oh, Gabriel Nunes has had to pit with 1 lap to go. He must have just really run out of tyres for him to need that extra set. It's going to cost him dearly. He'll go to the back of the field with that one. And Pritchard moves up into P10 with Johnny Jr. inheriting P11 in front of Eli Newman in P12, doing a good job keeping Junior honest. Bryce Royal, unfortunately with that earlier incident for Snowy River Racing, is dropped back into P13 at the moment.
Yeah, sorry Shane, we got Justin Bryce and David Baker battling out into the last corner. Justin Bryce made a mistake, and then David Baker's going to get through. And this is going to be a drag race. Right? No, it's not.
So this last lap we just saw looked like a pit lane penalty for Nunes as well. It's just rubbed salt into that wound for him. But it's Baker and Bryce down into turn 1. We'll call it turn 1. And Bryce get the undercut there, but no, Baker's too strong. This will be a great result for David Baker in P2. Oh, there's plenty of action here. Lots of cars to keep an eye on. There's too much to show. I need to make the races longer so we can settle into a groove. But Scott Flack's done an amazing job to get back up into P7 from the back of the field there we saw earlier. So we'll probably see him claim some points in the final race of the night. But Craig Broadbent, that's the Craig Broadbent crossing the line. That means we're going to watch, and it's going to be Baker taking it from Bryce, and will Tebb get it? Oh, that's Baker, and then Bryce just ahead of Tebb, and that's Collins coming up. Brad Martin, Scott Flack moving right up the back there. Chris McLennan will be cleaning P8. Jeremiah coming around the final corner now in the Castrol Mustang. And he'll take P9.
Yeah, I can hear David Baker in the background.
Oh. I can hear him all the way from bloody Townsville. Woohoo! That's all I can hear from his inside his car. He did really well against Justin Bryce, who's an accomplished driver. Eli Newman coming across the line now in P12. He'll be happy with that.
Last corner. The Snowy River racing team is Bryce Roll about to cross the line. P13.
One of our rookies, Alpha Axew in 14. Bill Cosmo coming around, will be taking the checkered in P15. Gabriel Nunes unfortunately had to pit there. Okay, so we'll go to the race results.
Yeah, so at the end of race 1, it was very exciting. We got Craig Broadbent finishing P1, absolutely just dominated this opening race from the start. No pressure on him whatsoever. We got David Baker second after that great battle that he just had with Justin Bryce in the last couple of laps. So he's definitely excited. As I just mentioned, Justin Bryce in the third, great performance by him in the triple threat racing. Harrison Ted taken fourth in the Voltec Motorsport, so good result from Harrison Ted. Definitely thought he might have got on the podium, while David and Justin Bryce were Matt fifth for the Penrite Racing. We've got Bradley Martin in sixth place with Team Navy. Scott Flack making his way back up to drama the open lap. Chris McClellan dropping out from the top position, 8th. We've got Jeremiah in 9th, Matthew Pritchard in 10th place, in 11th. We've got Eli Newman crossing the line in the racing team. Bryce Roll down to 13th. So we've got Alpa Axel during the 4th. Bill Cosmo 15th, Gabriel Nunes in 16th, and Daniel Opposado with that deck now.
Tahi, tell them about Entertainment Park.
Well, this place, it's like,
Yep.
it's...
My favourite place in the world!
The thing about this place is that
It's fun for all ages, no matter what your age. You'll love it.
what I really want to say about Entertainment Park is,
They have the best go-karts plus a great cafe. Games, bowling, simulation, but the go-karts, oh my God, they are so much fun.
look, thing is that this place is...
Perfect for my birthday party. Everyone said it was the best birthday party ever. Yeah!
What I really want to say about this place is...
Just say it!
It's a fully hectic, oh my God, venue.
Finally! Entertainmentpark.com.au. And as Tahi says, it's hectic.
And oh my God.
on soft tyres so we can afford to brake later. Still got 2 laps to do the job. But we love the show they're creating at the moment, just coming out of the stadium onto the main straight. Starting the second lap. Oh, and he's just blocked the inside. There he is side by side trying to get past. There he goes. Marty's just got to stay with him now, but he's just ran wide there. That's Scott Flack taking the lead back. That's a great move from Scott, but Marty's still in it if he stays in within the DRS down the main straight. That's 1 full lap to go plus this one. So he's just got to survive this through the turns and get out within a second and get in the DRS activation zone. Still within the second, so he's not too bad at the moment. He's just starting to fall out of that zone now, but he needs to be in there with detection. Because when it comes to the DRS, and there it is, a second and a half, so we won't get the DRS down the main straight. He's just got to tuck in at the draft. Wow, with Scott Flack hitting so close to the end, I thought Marty thought I had it, but looks like he's done enough to take the winners. They're on their last lap at the moment. We've got Scott Flack, Marty Porter right next to each other within 2 seconds, within 3 seconds of each other now. And then we've got Robert Young in
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way, crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian Whiskey.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to join you with a random grid this time. So usually it's the result of looks like my Alright, so random grid. So this will be exciting. Harrison Tebb, Justin Bryce on the front row. Got 16 cars on the grid. We've lost, I think it was Opatisano. He's got to look after a young one. So it's 16 guys. Oh, Tebb getting a good run off the line here. Oh, 3 wide as we go. Tebb's going to get squashed, pushed in front of Tebb, and that was, I don't think that was payback, but there was a massive crash down the back here. Bryce Royal in the middle of that one, putting his hands up mid. Oh, Baker's involved in that as well. So is Bradley Martin. They're stuck on the main straight. It looks like we've got a safety car. Once the cars are blocked on track, the safety car is going to be thrown. We'll see what Bradley Martin does. He's stuck in the wall. I think he's trying to get out. I think we're just going to restart the race. Let's just do that. Let's restart the race, ladies and gents. All right, so we just set it to restart.
Non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Celsius.
Okay, not the best night to show the professionalism here at Entertainment Park, but we've had a couple of glitches, technical issues with some of the drivers, so we've had to restart. Unfortunately, Bradley Martin getting stuck in the wall there. Unable to join us, even though the safety car was out. We don't get to see it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think Bradley will be happy that we're starting again, Shane.
Absolutely. So will Chris McLean and Harrison Tebb. As we're off again, who gets a better start? Justin Bryce learned from the first one. Oh, here comes Chris McLean up the inside again. So it's a full repeat. Tebb's gone away and they've come together once again. The two boys from Dustin, look who's coming through. It's a massive... Everyone's got their hands in the air and they should be on the steering wheel. Flax upside down.
Oh, and Gabriel Nunes gets turned sideways from Johnny Jr. there. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. You know, that 130 lap race at end of night. Struggling to keep up with all the action here, just to try and work out where everyone is at the moment. Excellent start from Craig. Taking the lead, Chris McClellan, Harrison Tebb, Jeremiah up to 4, Gabriel Nunes, it's Bradley Martin 6, Colin 8, Johnny Jr. 9, David Baker, Johnny Jr. at 8, sorry, David Baker at 9, we've got Eli Newman running down the top 10.
It's a bit of a mess at the moment. We've got cars everywhere on track.
We got Alpha Axo, who's just trimming straight ahead of the wall, and he's just under the price roll at the back of the field. They've both spun round. Beautiful synchronization.
Oh, we've got a safety car. I can see the safety car come out for the drivers. So I've had a massive incident here. The safety car's out. So the guys have got to get in order now.
it's just been incredible excitement in the opening 2 laps. And we've still got 28 laps to go, so who knows what the rest of the race is going to store for Shane.
Oh, mate, this is throwing all of it up, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it looks like the safety car's going to be out for at least 2 laps so the guys can settle back in and get back into the groove, get into position. Trying to work out who we lost because I'm sure I saw Daniel Opedisano in the field there.
Yeah, Opedisano's in there. Yeah, I'm just trying to work that out myself.
Here's P14. Cosmo, one of our rookies. As good there, we see the safety car there as we're watching Craig Broadbent. Okay, so the guys have got on-screen instructions who to follow. We can see the flashing lights still meaning that the safety car's still in, but the lights just went out. So this is the last lap. They need to get back in order. Okay, so I've got to play commissionaire at the moment. I've got to let them know. So we've got a full lap to come around. Craig Broadbent's going to be in control, but he's been instructed not to start until the start-finish line. Okay, so there'll be no overtaking because I can see a lot of penalties being dished out after this one. So the safety cars always throws up issues. Okay, so I've got a couple of corners to go. This will be interesting. I keep saying that, but this will be a mess, to be honest. We'll see. The boys, Jeremiah Pater's up in P4. We'll go through the grid. Craig Broadbent, Chris McLennan, Harrison Tebb, Jeremiah Pater, Gabriel Nunes up in the 5, Johnny Jr. in 6, but here we go. We're coming round. All right, so he's going to wait to the start-finish line. Most of the drivers, they've just got to stay nose to tail. Safety cars in. And off they go. That's a restart. Well, it looks like that, but trying to see who's got. You just take over, Dave.
Yeah, Bradley Martin has really dropped back from Johnny Jr. after that restart, so I'm not sure exactly what happened there. But he's got a whole train of cars lined up behind him, just waiting to pounce. As we'll go back up to the top, we've got Craig Broadbent, Chris McLennan, Harrison Tebb, Jeremiah coming in fourth. Casual Racing just trying to keep up with the top 3. Then we got Gabriel Nunes, Johnny Jr. in 6th, Bradley Martin in 7th, Matt Collins in 8th, David Baker 9th place, and then Shelby Power Mustang rounding out the top 10 with Scott Flack coming through in 11th, Eli Newman in the Leadfoot Racing team, Justin Bryce, Daniel Opedisano in Paul Racing, we got Alpa Aksu coming through in the 15th, Bryce Roll coming through in the 16th right behind him, and a little battle developing behind Alpa Aksu and Bryce Roll in place.
Okay, so Broadbent and McLennan Tebb, your strong ones up the front. Jeremiah's doing a great job to hold on. And here comes Gabriel Nunes. There's a big gap back to Johnny Jr., but he's by himself. So Bradley Martin, and there he is, Baker, Matt Collins as well. This will be the bunch to look for because Scott Flack's fallen back there as well, got caught up through that safety car. Phil Cosmo is just there in the shell car, doing a great job as well.
Yeah, and I just saw Eli David going off with some grass a little bit. So he's lost a little bit of time to spot Flag. But he's managed to hold on to the 12. He's very lucky to get away with that one.
Well, Justin Bryce, Opedasano are down the back as well, so how far can they get up the front?
Yeah, I'm sure Daniel and Opedasano will be itching to get past, especially to, get some open air, get into free track, and then he can focus on his pace. So it will be interesting to see what Justin Bryce and Daniel Opedasano can do from the moment. We've got Bradley Martin, Scott Flack having a drag race down the main straight. They've all set it back into one line as we go around the first corner.
I think some of the guys are still obeying, because I can see on screen here that
I just witnessed Jeremiah looks like he gave third place just to Harrison Tebb there, like he's pulled over to the left hand side and then the right hand side, I should say, he gave third place to me. But yeah, we're still racing, guys. So this is an actual race, all fighting for position. David Baker currently the fastest man out on the track, 1:12.9 down in 10th place. So David Baker at the moment with the best race pace here on lap 6. He's trying to make up positions as he runs on wide, coming onto the straight.
we're on board with, not on board, but we're watching Matt Collins in P9. The guys were actually going quite slow there, so they had to be instructed that we are racing, even though unfortunately there are on-screen instructions to follow other cars. I think the servers got mixed up because we have seen the safety car come back into the pits. So we are racing. Oh, I just saw some dust there brought up by Harrison Tebb, swirling in the back there. This is a great race up the front with Broadbent, McClellan, Tebb.
And then we've got Opedasano and Justin Bryce making their way up the field by at least one position because Eli Newman has now dropped down to 15th behind Alpha Axu using 14th. So Justin Bryce and Daniel Opedasano making their way through the field slowly but surely together. And the next target is Phil Cosmo, who's in 11th place at Shelby Power Racing team.
It looks like Brad Martin's trying to defend hard against Matt Collins.
And Justin Bryce has gone off at the last corner, so he's dropped down, back down. And then I've witnessed Bryce Roll that came into the pits, and the end of the last lap and changed his tyres. So obviously Bryce Rowland's burned out some of his tyres, so he's came in and changed. I managed to pick that up.
So I'll bring up the number of stops and we can see, no, Bryce hasn't come in yet, so we're still waiting for him to do a stop. No one's actually made a pit stop at the moment.
Oh, so it must have been a drive-through penalty, because, yeah, I was on board with Bryce and then he came in the pit.
Oh, Bryce Royal, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was probably a penalty.
Yeah.
The car, unfortunately for Snowy River, is not doing very well in the maiden run, as he's now looking in his windscreen, because here come the leaders, the top three, lap 10, we're a third of the way through, 20 laps to go. There will be pit stop strategies in this one, as Teb's just losing a bit of time off the front here. Jeremiah still in P4, defending Scott Flack, working really well in the Mustang. Jeremiah, this is his first race with us in the V8s. He definitely had a great race in the British Touring Cars a couple of weeks ago when we were at Taratonga. Baker,
Yeah.
Yep.
Gabriel Nunes has got a whole train of cars all queued up behind him, so anything can happen with that little scrap. And then Bradley Martin really pressuring Opera in 11th place. As Gabriel's defending really hard to try and hold that 7th position with cars behind him. But anything can happen with that little scrap chain.
We can see Nunes and Royal are the only ones on hard tyres at the moment. So he's just got to play the long game. Like, he can either go on softs or he's getting swallowed up. He's just lost 3 spots and clipped up by Martin as he come across Martin's face. So that's going to ruin his strategies. Flack's now in the pit lane. It's only lap 11, but can Flack go to hards and then make it work to the end? And I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to get out of the melee and just get some clean laps in. Gabriel Nunes getting dropped. Getting caught up with Eli Newman and Bill Cosmo, some of our rookies. Justin Bryce now trying to move back up into P11 at the moment, just outside the top 10. So we'll see what Flack decides to go, what tyres he comes out in. Still rolling through pit lane, which is quite long. Gabriel Nunes and Bill Cosmo again getting caught up with each other. So they're down the back. Scott Flack. No, he stayed on softs, so he's back out in softs. Maybe he'll do 2, make this a 2 pit stopper. As we're back up the front with Craig Broadbent now.
Yeah, Harrison Tab just running a little bit wide, coming onto the main straight, so he's lost a whole heap of time to Chris McClellan and Craig Broadbent in front of him. So that was an unfortunate result for Harrison Tab. But lucky he didn't lose that 3rd place position. So now he's just got to put his head down and try and make up that lost time. And then hopefully he can put the pressure on the front 2 once again. And then might be able to see him take the race sometime in this race.
Yeah, we're watching Oppidisono charging down on Matt Collins, 2 very quick drivers in 6 and 7 at the moment. Once they sort themselves up, they'll be chasing Baker pretty soon. But Jeremiah Pater in P4, got to give another shout out to him, doing a great job as we're still watching Oppo and Collins battling it out. I can see the car just in front too. Baker just in the front there, so it'll be a 4-way battle pretty soon. There you can see the guys in the background. Oppidisono getting up the inside. Collins trying to cross over, but it's not going to work. He knows how fast Oppidisono is. He's better just tucking in behind Oppo and both getting up through the front because they need to catch Baker. And who else? We've got Axcu through pit lane as well. No, it showed that he was pit lane, but he's definitely out now.
And Eli Newman just off on the track there behind the advertisement signs on the side of the track. Yeah, I just witnessed Axu just coming out of the pit lane, so I'm not sure if he's changed his stop, whether it was a penalty. But yeah, Chris McClellan Now we've got Scott Flack between himself and Craig Broadbent at the front. But Flack will eventually have to get out of the way for Chris McClellan. So now some great racing we've got going on, Shane. A lot of drivers having their own battles with each other, trying to make up positions. So yeah, no, it's very exciting stuff, and hope you guys enjoy watching it from home.
Well, we've got Nunes and Newman ducking into the pits there. We can both see them stopping. Gabriel hasn't maximised his session on hards. So he's in the pits. He got caught up in a couple of incidences there. Baker has just dropped off the back of Jeremiah. So we can see the gaps forming, and here comes Oppo into the background now, and Collins won't be too far behind as well.
Yeah, and I've just picked up that Bryce Roll has DNF'd this race, so that's a shame for him. So his night is done, but it's always good to see Bryce Roll, in here racing. Great bloke, awesome driver, and it's just a shame to see that he's now DNF'd from this race.
Yeah, he's been a long time campaigner here at Racecentre at Entertainment Park. He's had a couple of weeks off, a couple of rounds off, so it was good to see him back in there, but hard to get a rhythm, I think, tonight. He's getting caught up in some of the incidences there, not doing himself justice at all. Scott Flack, unfortunately with that pit stop, has found himself being lapped, which is not where he wanted to be. I'm sure he wanted to set some hot laps, but he's probably struggling here at Townsville, as we see Teb in P3. Got some big gaps opening up now. Obatasano stretching his deficit to his gap to Collins. He's stretching it out to 1.3, but looks like Baker's dropped off too. We just missed that too. Baker's dropped down a couple of spots. We saw, I expect Baker to come in for a set of tyres. It looks like he's struggling on the softs. You can hear him calling out the pit crew, getting ready to make a quick change. It is halfway through the race, so it's a good time to do it.
Ooh, and Harrison Tab has just got past Chris McClellan. Chris McClellan's just gone off the circuit.
Has he come into pits? Yeah, he was. See, that's a hard thing with Townsville. And you could see how slow the entry was, but trying to cross over and get into the pit entry, if you've got someone on the inside of you trying to race you, then it's hard to cross over into pit lane. Generally, these guys can communicate with each other, so probably worth announcing when you're going to come in, so the other guys know that, that they need to move over and get out of the way.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Shane. And we've got Bill Cosmo and Axu having a little battle between themselves in 11th and 12th. So now good racing between those two guys. It'll be interesting to see who comes out on top after this little battle. But no, they're really going for it, these two. I've been watching them for probably since the start of this lap, and the battle's still going. And it will be interesting to see who comes out on top between the six grade.
We've also got a battle up front. Jeremiah in P3 is trying to defend against Obatasano, our defending champion for 2021 and 20.
Harrison heads into the wall from the race lead onto the last corner. He's made a mistake, and here comes Jeremiah coming down the main straight along with Daniel Obatasano and Matt Collins. Sorry to interrupt you there, Shane. I just happened to cross.
No, go for it. So Teb's lost a bit of an advantage. Pater still in P2, as we can see. So this is for the lead. This is the top four now. Haven't taken any pit stop. Craig Broadbent has pitted, and he's still in the pits, and he's down into P16. So not too sure what's happening with Broadbent. I didn't expect him to be down there so far because the pit stop's not that long.
Yeah, and he had quite a commanding lead over towards the middle of the pack, so that was interesting to see him drop down to 16th. Not really sure what happened there, Shane, but
He might have actually taken on fuel. So the guy, because we've had so many restarts, maybe he got caught out with a full tank of fuel and was caught committing to dumping about 30 litres or something, 35 litres. So that would have kept him in.
Well, Opposano down the inside of Jeremiah for second.
Yeah, Peter tried to cover that off, but Oppo had nowhere to go, and that's what caught him out in the first race with Matt Collins at turn 1. If you remember, Collins, as we see the race leader now in the pits on lap 17.
And Harrison Tebb now down to 16th as he's into the pits. So he must be taking on the fuel. As the leaders are coming around together, the top 3 of Jeremiah, Opposano, and Matt Collins coming up to Bill Cosmo in 11th. So no, great, fantastic little scrap between the top 3. Really trying to apply the pressure on each other, try and force the other driver into a mistake. As Bill Cosmo just clipping the grass there, coming out on the exit. As Opposano's gone straight down the inside. All the way to the outside, no he doesn't. Matt Collins is now getting into the mix. This is the exciting stuff between this race lead. As Bill Cosmo gets turned around.
Yeah, he got caught up with Jeremiah Peter there, trying to let him through.
Cosmo again gets turned around. As Opposano now pits along with Matt Collins. And Bill Cosmo now making his way in also.
Unfortunately, where's Peter? So Peter's still up the front now, even though Craig Broadbent's right in front of him. I think Broadbent's going to stretch that, so Peter should come in the pits. I'm not too sure if he's got his indicator on, so he doesn't know the strength of his tyres are, but McClellan smashing the timing boards here, just new fastest lap of the race at 109.436 in P3, so he's not the virtual leader. Bryce is, wow, after that lap, Bryce has moved back up into P2, and this is a virtual leader of the race, if we're to calculate it. And Broadbent really suffering down the back. I wish I could see what his fuel load is, because he might have served a penalty if I'm not mistaken, but depends if he got a stop and go or a drive through. Anyway, back up the Justin Bryce. So this is Bryce coming in for his second set of tyres. You really got to watch your entry speed to the pit lane, because it is absolutely 40 kilometres an hour. No tolerance on that one. So we've got Justin Bryce from the lead coming down. You can see him dropping down the timing screens as Oppo, Teb. This will be a good battle too. This is Oppo and Teb currently in 3 and. Where is Teb?
Teb's down to 16th place.
Wow, this is not making sense at all. So I'll just go through and show the pit stops. They've all made one pit stop, but may have got held up or may have received a lot of... I just saw Teb go right off onto the grass there. Okay.
Yeah, we've got a nice little battle for 9th and 10th at the moment, Shane, along with 8th. Getting caught up behind Bill Cosmo, so there's a little 3-way battle between Flack, Casper and Johnny Jr. down in 8th, 9th and 10th, trying to overlap Bill Cosmo. So nice little scrap going on here.
So I can see Johnny Jr. knows he's got Flack behind him. Flack just makes his way through. Johnny Jr.'s just got to get... is that Cosmo again in the Shell Helix car in front of them? It is. I thought they just got through a lap car, but no. I think it was just Scott Flack getting past Johnny Jr., but they're still got to get past Cosmo, currently in P13. This is not his race, so he should let them through, but they're not close enough for him to just back off. Otherwise, it's going to sacrifice a lot of his time, and you can see Alpa Axku back in. He's actually up in P10, so he'll be coming around to lap Bill Cosmo as well.
Yeah, and I've just picked up on another little battle at the moment, Shane, between Bradley Martin and David Baker for 5th and 6th. So a good little scrap between those two as well. As we're on lap 22 out of 30. A lot of drivers really putting fast laps. Daniel Opedisano is now the quickest man with a 108.950. So a good lap by Daniel Opedisano at the moment. And Gabriel Nunes gets out of the way of him and lets Daniel to go through. So now, good racing going on, Shane. I'm really enjoying tonight. Just trying to keep up with all this action, which is getting a little bit hard. So many things happening at once. It's hard to keep track of it all.
Yeah, just keep commentating. Dave, I've got to sort out a couple of penalties.
All right, no worries, all good. Bradley Martin is now pulled away from David Baker, so David Baker's obviously made quite a big gap between those two. It's about 4 seconds. Justin Bryce in 7th place, just all by himself, as he can see David Baker in his sights. Illo Newman is now car behind Justin Bryce, so he's not going to be a threat to Justin Bryce in 7th position. Just moving our way back up to the field, we've got Chris McLennan and Paramai doing an exceptional job in the Catholic Racing out in front. Daniel Opedisano, like I mentioned before, the quickest man out on the track into the 108s. We've got Matt Collins coming in 4th with Bradley Martin just behind him in the distance. So we'll see if Bradley Martin can catch Matt Collins. It might be a little bit of a battle forming between them in the next coming laps. As we've got Johnny Jr., Scott Flack coming to slip down the order. Gabriel Nunes doing a fantastic job in 11th. He's 1 lap down. And so far, Bryson's the only one with that DNF. That's Racecentre 16th. Still going strong. He's 14 laps down at the moment. But now some great racing from all the boys here tonight. Fantastic stuff. Happy to commentate. Just fantastic action. Hopefully you guys are enjoying at home as well. Johnny Tuno's still stuck behind Bill Cosmo out of the track. You can see Axel in the background behind Johnny Tuno. Great stuff going on. We've got 6 laps to go. Sorry about the technical difficulties earlier on, guys. Just a bit of technology problems. And now great racing going on here at Townsville for round 7 of the V8 League. We've got David Baker and Justin Bryce wobbling out to 6 and 7. Great little battle happening there. David to finish in the top 6. Pass Justin Bryce once again. I've decided to pass the job up in P3. Leland. Probably see Parrot Meyer in his sights as they go down the main straight with Scott Flack in between them. So a lap down as a result. We have a little battle between Justin Bryce and David Baker. So we've got 5 laps to go. Yeah, so I'm going to drive out in front. He's had quite some time now. So Bryce should have like the last 7 laps to go, but Scott Flack is right behind him here. think Flax might be trying to coming laps. Into the back of Alpha Axu. Looks like Craig Broadbank's unlapped himself. Axu as he goes past on the exit of turn 1. Bryce Roll still down in DNF for Bryce Roll, not the way race to go for him. David Baker in 7th place seems to be dropped Justin Bryce a little bit. He's not too far back as they're coming up to Gabriel Nunes, who's in the 11th place. But yeah, Gabriel Nunes gets out of the way of Justin Bryce. Through. We've got Daniel Opposado who's now catching up with Planet. We've got a battle in the top 3. So Scott Flack needs to do the gentleman thing and get out of the way since he's a lap up. Out of the way of Chris McClellan. McClellan goes through to pursue that race lead. That far behind. Matt Collins.
So Dave, just with this lead now, we're watching Jeremiah Pater in P1 who hasn't pitted, defending against Chris McClellan, Daniel Opposano and Matt Collins. Doing a fantastic job. Commentator's curse, I swear, but he's doing a great job. He doesn't know his tyre wear still, so as we can see the sun setting, and so is the race. This is for the lead here. Scott Flack just goes wide, lets Opposano through, who moves up into P3. Flack just dropping back there. Oh, this is going to go down the wire. 3 laps to go. This is going to be where it's at. Oh, we can see Chris McClellan stronger under brakes, but Jeremiah's just really nursing those old tyres that he's got.
Yeah, unfortunately for Jeremiah, he doesn't have any time whatsoever to come in to make a tyre change because he'll lose that lead. So he's just got to put his head down, focus, and just try and under control on these old tyres.
We just caught the end of Chris McClellan getting loose there, and Opposano moving up. So Oppo's just got 1 car to go for the race lead. We're going to cross the line for lap 28 now. So he's going to make the draft down on Jeremiah. Job done. There he goes. He's trying to go around the outside, but Jeremiah's still there. Gets a little nudge. Oh, this is going to let Chris McClellan back in. This is terrible news for the front 4. Chris McClellan hitting the wall too there as well. But Opposano manages to recover into P2, so Jeremiah now really struggling on those tyres.
Yeah, I'm sure there would have been a lot of disappointed faces after that contact.
Yeah, Jeremiah put his hand up and said it was his mistake, so he's trying to redress, which he's done enough. Now he's got Scott Flack behind him. But Scott Flack's not actually there in position, so Scott Flack's back in P10. As you can see on the scoreboard, it's Oppo, Pater, McClellan, your top 3, and then Matt Collins in 4, coming up behind him. And that's Eli Newman just in front of Matt Collins. Bradley Martin and Justin Bryce, this is for position. Oh, Bryce just locking up hard behind Bradley Martin. He was out of control. Oh, Martin's losing it too on the lead as Opposano takes the lead. Pater in P2, Chris McClellan in 3. So that is for position. Scott Flack's not going to be part of this. Harrison Tebb is also down in P15, so he's having a shocking result as well tonight.
Placing it out. And Johnny Jr. and Trent Broadbent just come together for that little scrap. Not in position though, but yeah, just a little bit of contact for Trent Broadbent now as he's coming back onto the circuit. Everyone up to Black. Black. everyone from Axu up to Chris McClellan have not been lapped yet, Shane. But we'll see where Axu is compared to Oppisano. Actually, he's not that far behind Axu. You can see Oppisano through vision mirror is Axu. So I think Axu's got a...
We just watched a big battle up front. Scott Flack's trying to stay out of this. He's got strong tyres, but he's not for position, so he can't really get involved. Neither can Harrison Tebb. As we're on the last lap of the race, it's Oppisano taking us round, but this is where the action is. Pater, McLennan getting the better of Pater now. Pater really struggling on those tyres. I don't know how he's done it. He's done 30 laps on one set of tyres. He hasn't even come in the pitch yet. And this is definitely going to give him a fantastic result and third step of the podium at the moment. We'll see how far back Collins is. Collins is 10 seconds back. So he's not going to do that on the one lap, I would assume. Just hoping that Pater holds out for P3, which he does. Oppisano coming around to take the checkered now.
Yeah, as Daniel Oppisano comes around on the last lap, I just witnessed Johnny Jr. As he's now just crossed the line. So he's actually launched about 3 feet up into the air after bouncing off the ball. So he got absolutely launched trying to come onto his last lap. And that's given Axu that 7th place as a result. So bad mistake there from Johnny Jr. It was a big crash. But you know, he's managed to recover well as we're on lap 30. No, mate, excellent. Daniel
So we're going through the field. The timing sheets has dropped Jeremiah Pater, but please accept that he came P3. Matt Collins doing some dough. He's happy with P4. Actually, it must have been Pritchard that dropped out because I can't see Pritchard anyway.
Yeah, I only just realised that now. We had 30 laps to trying to figure that one out, changing from the start of the race, and we've only picked it up now, which is pretty funny, I must say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a shame to see Pritchard dropped out for this intro race.
Okay, so just running through the field there, we're going to have to make a verbal adjustment as we show you the grid. We can hear the guys doing doughies, so I'll try and show that while we bring up the bit of a show for us down in turn 1. It's race results. Okay, so there was Oppo, McLennan, and yes, please insert Jeremiah Pater in P3, Matt Collins 4, Brad Martin in 5, Justin Bryce moved up in P6, Baker 7, Alpa, great job from him to finish in P8, Johnny Jr. in P9, Scott Flack 10, Gabriel Nunes in P11. So we go to the next page. Any time now, and
Yeah, I can't wait for that one. Yeah, I love Sydney Motorsport Park. I think it's an excellent track. But yeah, so we'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time for the British Touring Car League. And hopefully we'll have Jack back as well. Jack's going to be here with us tonight because apparently he wasn't feeling well from what I heard, Shane. Yeah. No worries. Thanks for having me, Shane. We got there in the end. But no, it definitely was a good night. From the technical difficulties, we managed to, get a 30 lap in and then 11 lap race. So in the end, it was a good night, good racing, great entertaining, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks' time.